Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, 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 and welcome to the Candid Conversation Show with Coach Stacy, where we have real people, real topics, and real stories right here on 108 Praise Radio, where we voice the gospel. We voice the gospel. We voice the gospel. Okay. Candid Conversation. Happy Saturday, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. I am Coach Stacy, certified life coach, speaker, and author. And I empower women and a few select men to dominate in their purpose. My testimony of overcoming domestic violence and cancer and many other traumatic experiences makes me passionate about helping people struggling with wanting to throw in the towel. Did that look funny to you?
A little.
Look, I'm trying. A little. She's like, oh, look. Yeah, we have a screen here. Y'all know I do silly stuff. Anyway.
Because I'm looking crazy.
You looking crazy?
Yeah, I'm looking like I'm smiling. I was smiling, I thought, but I guess I'm not.
You're so funny. But not only have I broken free, but I've helped countless other people walk boldly and authentically in their purpose over the last 10 years as a life coach. And right here on Candid Conversation, we have amazing guests who come on and share impactful stories, their books, and their testimonies. I just believe it's important to share your story. So funny. This is amazing. But I believe it's important to share your story. I believe the experiences that we all have are gifts. They're gifts that are given to us to share with others. You know, you never know who's listening or who's watching and who needs to hear the story that you have. Okay, let me tell you guys what we're laughing about. It's so funny. So we get to see ourselves, on the screen, and she's just gazing into the camera. It's just so cute. But anyway, you like it?
It's cute.
It's cute. I know it's cute. It's cute.
It's cute. It's real cute.
And speaking of cute, so we've been talking to my guest who's gazing at herself in the camera. Miss Barbara Bird, BYRD. Welcome to Candid Conversation.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. I'm going to introduce her in just a moment. But before we get going, I want to give a few shout outs to you who are watching. Thank you. Shout out today. Thank you for tuning in to Candid Conversation with Coach Stacy. I want to shout out to my city, Nashville, Tennessee. Shout out to everyone tuning in from Nashville, Tennessee. And hello to all of you listening to me on this morning. I thank you once again for tuning in. So let me introduce you to my guest today. I have an amazing guest for all you people who like to eat out there. Look at him smiling. For all of you that like to eat, I have an amazing guest. I have Miss Barbara Bird, as I said before, BYRD Bird.
That's right.
She is a native of Gary, Indiana, and the president of D&D Catering and Events, LLC, which is now located in Atlanta, Georgia. She has stormed the event industry by force. Trust me, I've had some of her food, honey, and it is delicious.
Thank you.
She is known for her high-quality service, her euphoric events, and the candid dishes. During her 17-year tenure as a caterer and event planner, she has worked with renowned artists such as Usher Raymond, Gucci, Robin Williams, Shirley Murdoch, Christopher Williams, and many, many more. She also works with many organizations nationwide, from charitable to corporate, including the Stephen Marjorie Harvey Foundation, MARTA Transportation, Fulton County Government, Clayton County Government, and other events accommodating groups of over 700 plus attendees. Ms. Bird was awarded the House Resolution 1546 by the Georgia House of Representatives for her commitment to the community and her significant organizational and leadership talents. Chef Bird has recently created Bird Brain Academy. Oh, awesome. I have to know about that. An 8-week course designed to help individuals take their business to the next level with support or start a business based on the skills of the student. Barbara welcomes all nature of events and looks forward to working with you on your next event and catering needs. And I do have to say, exquisite. We were just at an event, was it last Saturday?
Yes.
And she catered that event, and I think I ate like a pig.
No, not like a pig.
I ate hearty.
You ate
Tell the
hearty.
truth.
You did.
Tell the truth. I kept sneaking them little things,
Nothing
going
wrong
in
with
the corner,
Nothing wrong
tearing
with
them
that.
up. It was
Yeah.
good. I couldn't help
We're
it.
not mad. We're not mad. No, that's a good thing. That's good. That's good.
Because they were actually serving us. They would,
Yes.
it wasn't like we had plates or stuff. They were serving us.
Absolutely.
It was really nice and elegant and everything. But
Right, the all white party.
I had to get a little ratchet and, sneak a little extras.
It wasn't ratchet. I wouldn't call it ratchet. I wouldn't call it ratchet. No.
What was it then?
It was just, being you.
I was
You
being
hungry,
me.
you hungry.
I'm
Eat.
hungry. I guess I was
You
hungry
eat.
for the whole time. I ate though.
Well, that's okay.
It's okay. Okay. Well, she says it's okay. So I'm
okay.
not going to even worry
We
about it.
like it when people eat. You supposed to eat.
You're supposed to eat?
Yeah, you supposed to eat. If you don't eat, then that's a problem for me.
Oh, okay.
All right,
Okay.
okay.
All right.
Yes.
You're so silly. So before, as we go on, I'm going to talk about your book first.
Okay, let's do that.
Bird Brain. You
Bird
guys, she is the author of Bird Brain Recipes from Chef Barbara Bird. I really like this book. She brought me
Thank
a
you.
little copy. I was looking at it before we went on, and I really like this, y'all. It's some good recipes in here.
Absolutely.
Why did you name the book Bird Brain?
Well, first of all, of course, my last name is Bird. Second of all, the brain part came from recipes is in my head.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Bird Brain, hence, the name of the book.
Okay.
But most of these recipes in this book are recipes that we feature at almost every event
Okay.
for our clients. Everything from the spinach dip to the penne pasta to the shrimp and grits. Those are recipes that are tried and true that our clients love. They always want the recipes for them. I'm very big at keeping secrets from my clients as to what we use and how to do and prepare dishes that they love so much. But we just say, okay, no, let's make it happen. And hence we have Bird Brain. Recipes from
And
the
I'm
heart
tell
with
you,
love.
they gotta be, cause honey, I'm tell you, I be in the counter grubbing.
Yeah, spinach dip is in there.
Okay.
You had that at the Our White Party.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. See, it's some nice stuff in here.
Yeah. Mhm.
I was reading the little forward thing in here,
Okay.
and it talked about your vegetables should always be fresh, or fresh is always best.
Right.
Why is that?
The fresher the ingredients, the better the flavor. That's just a given. I mean,
Yeah.
to me, it's common sense. What to some it may not be.
Yeah.
They don't.
And that's
cook
why I'm
right.
asking, because some people,
Yeah, fresh is always best. If you can't get fresh, I would say frozen would be next, and then maybe go to some other sources like a can or something. But if you can get something fresh, oh my goodness, there is a distinct difference.
very distinct.
Distinct difference between fresh ingredients and ingredients that's just been sitting somewhere, whatever
Right.
process they went through for a minute.
Right.
It's different.
I noticed tomatoes, homegrown. I don't even like any other type of tomato. Like, I
That's
can
good.
eat homegrown tomatoes like it's an apple.
Okay, so you put salt on it.
Oh, salt,
juice,
in it,
vinegar,
oh, honey, in
Salad
it.
dressing, cut it up, eat it like a, yeah.
Just eat it. Yeah, just good. Isn't it good? Isn't it good?
My mouth watering. Just greedy.
I know, just greedy. I know, I can't. I taste them right now. I'm like, oh, I'm about to stop at the market. And they're gonna
We
be.
talked about that. Let's go to the
Yeah.
market.
Okay, let's go
Yeah,
to the market.
One of the markets. local markets.
So tip number 1: get your vegetables fresh.
Yes, as much as possible. Absolutely.
So she has some really great recipes in here. I would like to encourage you guys to go purchase her book. Where can they get the book?
They can get the book from our website at www.ddcateringandevents.com, or they can go to Amazon. and get it.
Amazon. Okay, Amazon.com. Bird Brain. Y'all go get this book. This got some good recipes in here. I saw some a lobster dish in here. I'm going to try this. Even though y'all know I don't cook that much. I'm going to try it, though.
I'm going to autograph it and give it to you. And I'm going to come over there and we're going to cook together.
It's going to cook.
We're going to cook it together. That's what we're going to do.
I saw you had a little bag that this came in. Let's see what this is.
My little bag.
Y'all better eat these groceries.
So let me just share.
Okay, please.
Okay,
do.
so this is something I say all the time. So when I'm at an event and the clients and their guests are eating, what we tend to do, let them go through the line a little bit and get what they need. But I am what they call a country cook, so there's always a little more left. Y'all better eat these groceries. We don't reuse food or anything like that because, again, fresh is always best. Right. So your food is prepared the same day.
Okay.
So that's just a slogan, and I say it all the time. I've been saying it for years.
Y'all better eat these groceries.
Y'all better eat these groceries.
I know that's right,
I love
girl.
my groceries.
I would eat them. Definitely.
That's it. That's where it came from.
Do you have a meatball recipe?
I do. Oh, I do.
I love.
Okay, so your meatballs, depending on what you like.
Oh, you know what? You do have one. You had some at the White Park.
Absolutely.
Oh, I was tearing them things.
Ground beef or ground chicken, ground turkey, lamb, veal, whatever you want. We can customize your meatballs and put anything you want. Parsley, onion, garlic. Ooh. Black olives, green olives, whatever you like. Tomatoes, fresh tomatoes.
I'm hungry.
We were just speaking of. You can do that, and you just roll them all by hand. All of our meatballs, no matter how many we have to prepare, are prepared by hand. I don't care if it's 20 or 3,000. We rolling them all. Oh yeah, fresh is always best. We just talked about this.
I know, but that many?
Yes, because it's quality. It's quality. I tell people all the time, look. Quality, you can't beat it, because when you go to a nice restaurant, the food is such good quality that they only have to give you a little bit of it. Whereas places that are not so much focused on quality but maybe quantity, nothing wrong with those places. I've eaten at them too. They have more of a quantity as opposed to the quality. If you go to an expensive restaurant, you don't have that much on your plate. You really don't, because the food is such quality. You are full when you leave. Think about it.
I thought about it like that, but I sure was.
Most people don't. I do it all the time.
Okay. Well, Miss Barbara Bird.
Yeah.
I know I just jumped right into her book. I'm hungry right now, so pay me no mind. I got a little hungry.
It's okay.
So tell the audience a little bit about yourself. Tell us a little bit about who Barbara Bird, BYRD, is.
Yes. Okay. Well, you've already shared that I'm originally from Gary, Indiana. I have 2 children, Desiree and Dalen. And I'm mentioning them mainly because they are the namesake or the reason why I named my company D&D.
Okay.
Desiree and Dalen are the D's and the D's.
Okay.
They're the D&D and D&D catering. My t-shirt.
D&D.
That's right. So because of them is the reason why I started the catering business. I was going through a divorce at the time from their dad, my ex-husband. It was a lot going on. It was an abusive relationship. And I was overqualified for some jobs, underqualified for others. I think I said that right. And I needed to find a way to make money. And someone said, do what you love. I love to cook, and I sure enough love to eat. And that's D&D was born.
Wow.
And they are now, 27? My daughter's about to be 27. My son is about to be 25. So 25. I've been doing it since they were in elementary school.
You enjoy cooking, don't you?
I love to cook. And that's the secret ingredient that most clients don't understand. If you don't love to cook, you could take my cookbook and cook every dish in here. That's me on the back. And it wouldn't come out the same, because you have to have patience with food. You have to love what you're doing. You have to love the people you're preparing the food for.
That's wrong.
You don't have to know.
My bad. I'm just being real. Y'all know.
Okay, but you don't have to know the people you're cooking for to love to do and produce what you're producing. So that's why. That's one of the most secret ingredients I could tell people, besides the freshness, and that's the love part. You have to have that. And I don't get mad when I'm cooking. I don't. I'm not going to fight with you. I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not going to say no changes with you before I'm preparing a meal. Because if I do, let me share.
It's going to interrupt.
It's going to,
the flow and the energy going to interrupt.
And it's going to be in the food. And you'll be able to tell. You know what I'm saying?
Never thought about that.
Oh, I don't. My children will tell you that. My folks that are around me, they will let you know. I don't play no games like that. If I have an event, like I have 250 people this coming week on Saturday, next Saturday, I'm not going to be fighting and arguing with anyone. I'm not going to go through no changes. I'm a woosah for real. Because it will show in what I'm prepping.
Okay, so listen, now you in my lane. Now you're talking now. I don't know about no cooking, but I know about that energy and vibes and being positive and things like that. Just never thought about that, but you know what? You are so right.
Everything from how you start your day to how you're cooking and preparing food to how you dress to who you're talking to, the voice you have on the phone to your interaction with people. Every single thing has a vibe and a vibration and a energy and a no, I can't. No.
So when I get that dish that is so scrumptious that I just can't have with some more, somebody they put the good energy off in there.
Absolutely. They love what they do and they want you to know it. You know what I'm saying?
I like this.
They want you to know it. It makes a difference in so many things.
It does.
It does. And people don't even think about it. You ever been to a restaurant, any restaurant, I don't care what it is, low end, high end, middle end, whatever, and you've been there multiple times, but yet
at different times the food tastes different.
Either the cook has changed.
That's what it is. Yes.
Yeah.
Learn something new every day, huh?
Yeah. I tell people that all the time.
Wow.
They don't think about it.
I don't think about it. I know now. And now I'm going to be testing it.
You should. You absolutely should. You absolutely. Because I won't even cook if I'm having a bad day. I won't. Because it's not going to taste the same. And I've told my family that. I ain't cooking. Well, I am hungry. You can go in there and get sandwich, peanut butter, jet, whatever. But I can't do it because it's not going to come out. The love is not going to be
That's there. Like how my plants seem like they live and thrive off my energy.
Yes.
When I'm sad or something, my plants look droopy.
When you all nice and happy, they all nice and perky. Growing. And
That's amazing. Ain't that something?
You know what, though? Think about it like this. That's the way the world is set up. You know, you can tell when something is weighing you down.
That's right.
You know, sometimes food will weigh you down. That's why the food got to be light and airy. That's why we make it. You know, as many items as we possibly can, we make it from scratch because it makes a difference. Right. It may be a little bit more costly. Being a little nicer to someone may take a little more time out of your day. But you don't know how a nice, hey, how you doing? Would do for somebody. You don't know. You know what I'm saying?
That's amazing.
It's that energy factor. People will feed off your energy big time.
Yes, they will.
Have somebody come in the door and they just zap all the energy out the room.
Oh, honey.
Call your phone and you're like, what the? Let me hang up. I got to go.
Bye.
I got to go.
I can't talk to you right now.
Yeah, because I already hear it. I can't handle it right now. I'm not ready for it. I don't have my armor on. I need my armor.
Ain't that the truth? Amazing. I know y'all saying, damn, they ain't talking about nothing but food, but we gonna get good though. We gonna get good though.
It all goes together.
It does. It goes together. So check out her book, Bird Brain, and when you preparing her recipes, make sure you put a little love and good energy.
They know what to do.
They know what to do.
I think your audience have a good handle on love and peace and comfort. You know, that energy factor. I'm looking at you. So they're a reflection of you. So I already know. They got to have it.
Okay. Thank you, shout out.
All right. That's right. ddcateringevents.com. You can get that book right there.
Okay. All righty. Well, we're going to move on. I know that Miss Bird is one of my fellow cast members in the upcoming Women on the Rise Atlanta.
Yes.
Season one. And I know all of us have a story to tell, and we can't wait to share our stories and be able to impact the lives of others.
Yes.
You want to give us a little brief little bit though, but about some of the things that you have overcome?
Oh, wow.
So much, huh?
It is so much, and I'm gonna work this without even crying this time. Hopefully.
I know, right? I know. I'm like,
I got eye glue in my purse, that eyelash glue. Okay, but no, seriously, I have overcome so much. I have been through so many different things. I've been homeless. I've been broke. I've been broken. For real. Multiple situations with relationships that just didn't pan out and work out like I thought they would. You know, one in particular for life, but didn't turn out that way.
Are you speaking marriage?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know.
I kind of figured that when you said for life.
Yeah, for life. And I've had some traumatic situations happen to me. I've been raped. I've been beaten. Just recently, the most traumatic situation was my brother's death. He was murdered, actually, 3 years ago. And that, coupled with all the other things, the having no money, having no job, and not being healed from some of those domestic situations that I found myself in, not just with my ex-husband, but other relationships. Okay? Like I was repeating a cycle, and I didn't know.
Over and over again.
Oh, honey.
Yeah.
I couldn't. You can
That's
sing
what
about
happened.
that one.
Yeah.
But I had to realize that those people, those things are going to be there. Because that's how those people are. I had to forgive, overcome, realize I deserve way much more than that, and use every single solitary thing that I've been through to
rise up.
Oh, baby. Rise up, fly above.
All of that.
Okay. Become the woman on the rise that people see before you today. All right. Somebody asked me a while ago, what would you change in your past? I wouldn't change one thing.
And when you think about that, you wouldn't be who you are.
I would not. I wouldn't be as persistent, as strong, as vocal, as determined, as successful, as business-minded, as focused and fervent. I would not be the person that I am if it was not
because
for all
some of those
things.
traumatic experiences pushed you towards that.
Oh, my goodness,
you would have
yes.
never.
They made me. You made me. Thank you. Thank you. You made me.
I know, we've talked before around this time last year, as a matter of fact, and we were sharing one another's story.
Yeah.
And so I do know, you know about my domestic violence story, and I know about yours. And one of the things that I found so profound when talking to you about your story is how at the time you're still, and I think even to this day, you're still in communication with your ex-husband.
Right. She's choking, y'all. She's choking.
You're still in communication with your ex-husband.
Right.
And I know as a survivor myself, and for and speaking for a lot of women, well, not just women, because there are men who are
go through some changes.
Through some changes in domestic violence as well. But
right.
to see you do that takes a lot of forgiveness. Right? Am I right?
You do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
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 And here it is, domestic violence one about to come up real soon.
Yes.
And you got folks, still going through it.
Yes.
Share with us what it took you to get to the point of being able to.
You see, I'm straightening your.
Yeah, I know, right?
Talking,
you see
right?
me?
Go
I'm
ahead.
like, I've been straightening my.
Go ahead.
Like I'm being real. I'm being absolutely real. Some people can't. Some people just cannot forgive.
This is called candid conversation for a reason.
Yep, candid.
And I'm a say this the first time ever that I've ever said this out loud to other people. It took a lot out of me to forgive my ex-husband because that's the father of my children. And my children are, to this day, even my ex-husband, and they're not, what's the word? They are somewhat in denial of some things that happened over the years, over the past years between me and their dad, because they were a witness to a lot of things. My daughter was 6 months old when their dad put a gun to my head. My son was in my belly at 8 months when he pushed me through a window and put a machete to my neck. I was still pregnant with my son when he drugged me down the street. By my hair, and it was my real hair. Okay, so it didn't come off.
There you go.
It was my real hair.
Candid
Conversations. Okay. I used to sleep when I moved to Georgia. I moved to Georgia for the sole purpose of getting away from my ex-husband. And my children at the time were 3 and 1. And I've never really out loud to a lot of people, had this conversation, and I said I was going to do this without crying, and I may not make it. I'm just going to say that. But I remember moving to Georgia. My mother lived here, and we moved to Dunwoody, and I thought all of Georgia looked like Dunwoody, but it didn't. It don't.
It doesn't.
Be clear. Let's be clear.
Yeah.
And my ex-husband was still back home in Gary, Indiana, and he said he wanted to come, and he had changed, and so forth and so on. And I actually believed him, but I shouldn't have.
Right.
Because it did not stop.
Mm-hmm.
He did not love me like he should have, like I deserved to be loved.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He fought me often. He threatened to rape me, like the previous relationship I had, they had done. That's how he met me. Because before my daughter was born, we didn't know if she was really going to be my ex-husband's or my ex-boyfriend's. Because my ex-husband, so-called, quote-unquote, rescued me from my ex-boyfriend. And then you turn around and you threaten me with the very thing you know this person did to me. So that back then, pagers were in style. So I used to sleep with a pager. And my family, my mom and a few other family members knew that if they called me and I didn't respond within 10 minutes, to send the people to my house.
Because it was that bad.
It was that bad. I used to sleep with a knife under my pillow.
Mm.
I slept in the bed with my kids. They had a bunk bed. It was the bunk bed that had the little full-size mattress on the bottom and the twin on the top. I remember it like it was yesterday. Yeah. I do. Yeah. I see it. I see us in the house. I see us in the bed. I see my ex-husband standing at the door talking crazy to me and making threats to me, and my kids crying and stuff. I see all this stuff. It was horrible. It was horrible, but it was something in me that allowed me to get out of it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I can't. I used to apologize to my children all the time for the choice I made as to who their dad, who I chose to be their dad.
Mm-hmm. Been there, done that one.
And, you know, every now and then I'll apologize, but my kids are grown now. They have their own way of thinking, their own way of looking at stuff. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And my ex-husband had a way of turning my children against me at some point. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And turning some of my friends and family against me at some point.
Well, that's manipulation.
To where they thought I was all bad down here. Like I was just doing the most. Mm. Now, I will say, I did cheat on my ex-husband. Mm. I did. Later on down the line. But I wasn't cheating when he was telling everybody I was cheating. Mm. But I did. I did cheat on him. And he asked me one day, would I do it again? I told him yes. If given the same circumstances, I would. Because when you're in a broken relationship and you're getting nothing but trauma and traumatic, stressful situations when you go home, if somebody just give you one little word of encouragement and you
become vulnerable to that.
And I was. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I was very vulnerable to that situation. And if given the same situation, yes, I would. I would do it all over again. Mm-hmm. And it just got so real for me a second ago.
I saw it.
It just got so real for me a second ago.
I understand.
Because my children, you know, Dez and Dalen, I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. I don't put my stuff out there like that. I just don't. Those who know, know, and those who don't just don't. But one thing I can say about people who think they know me, you have no idea who I am. You have no idea
the things that you've gone through. Yep. And you never know.
They have no idea how hard I actually work, how hard I actually continue to fight.
And that's why I asked the question, not meaning to cut you off, but that's why I asked the question on forgiveness, because I know even a few years after I was out of the situation, I couldn't talk to my ex-husband. I couldn't say anything to him. And he better not call during domestic violence month. He knew it. His birthday is in domestic violence month. He called a couple of times. I'm like, dude, it's not time for you to be talking to me right now. I mean, now I think I could carry on a civil conversation, and I think that's how I know forgiveness has begun to set in. But a lot of women have a hard time with doing that. And so based on what you've gone through, maybe you can be encouraging for someone who is stuck at that juncture.
Well, I had to give the backstory so they can know how I got to the forgiveness.
Okay.
Because they got to understand that it ain't just no fly-by-night situation. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I had to reach deep inside of my own self and forgive him because of me. So that I would not block any blessings that were coming to me.
That's good.
That's the main, if I had to say anything, it ain't about him. It's really not.
Right.
I chose him. Okay.
Yeah. At one time you did.
I chose him.
Right.
I didn't choose the actions. I just chose the person, and the actions came with the person. But I had to forgive him so that I can be able to be here with you. So that I can succeed, so that I can show my children that no one monkey gonna stop this show.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
You gotta forgive I take that back. You ain't gotta forgive nobody. You don't. Okay. That's up to them.
Yeah.
That's up to them. Everyone has their moments.
I'm not knocking. Go ahead, sister.
Everyone has their moments. I don't want to tell.
I'm just gonna throw in some.
Stacey, your guest said we gotta forget. No, I did not say that. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Excuse me. I have the takeover spirit, and I'm very bossy.
That's okay.
Okay, I'm very bossy. Everyone.
That's okay. I know how to be humble.
So you don't have to, but just know that because you don't, you may be blocking something that you could have that would benefit your whole situation.
So true.
You know what I'm saying? So no, you don't have to. But in my mind, because of all the things I was going through, I had to.
That's right.
I had to. There was no, and so it led me to create my businesses so that I could be a vessel that would allow even him to prosper.
That's right.
Make a little more money in his pocket. You know what I'm saying? Because when it's all said and done, I still got 2 children by this man. They are grown, yes. But they still watching and looking. I don't want my son growing up being someone that patterned his daddy's behavior. And I don't want my daughter growing up being subjected to her dad's behavior through another person.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
That's good.
So I had to be the bigger person so-called in a relationship or the lack thereof and grow up. So you know what? I get it. You got some undealt with issues. And you putting the issues on me. Because I was a good woman. I still cook in my house. I still clean my house. I still take care of my house. I still do all the things I need to do. The same things I was doing then. Okay, the only difference is my kids ain't in my household. All right? I was doing those things then.
Right.
I wasn't stepping out. I wasn't doing nothing crazy at that time. Be clear. I wasn't doing none of that.
Right.
I was that woman, and I was still making money and working and taking care of stuff. Now, in the beginning, first year or 2, yes, I was a stay-at-home mom. I loved it. I thought it was the bomb diggity. Yeah, no. That's a lot of work too, y'all.
Yeah,
I'm just going to tell y'all, it's a lot of work.
It is.
But I was that woman.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to be a good woman to my husband. You know, I don't mind. I'm more of a leader, but I don't mind following. But you ain't going to follow. I ain't going to follow you just anywhere.
Anywhere, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't going to lead me just nowhere. No end. Craziness and stuff. I'm not doing all of that.
That's true.
You know. So, but I will say that's the reason how I was able to grow and be able to say, you know what? Okay, here you go. Let's do this. Hey, I got this such and such going on over here with this gig. I need you to come and do X, Y, Z.
Okay.
Put money in his pocket. Okay? I had to, because my heart won't allow me to do nothing different. So at the beginning of this show, I said it all started with love. Everything you do, from how your interactions, the cooking, the talking, everything. Oh, sorry, I hit the mic. But everything is built on love.
Built on love. That's amazing, because you can show how you still love someone even through.
I love him for the person he is.
Yes.
He is my children's dad. Okay? That's how I love him. He is my children's dad, and I don't want nothing to happen to him because of them. Period. Because of them. They ain't got nothing to do with Barbara on that end.
Right.
I don't want nothing to happen to a homeboy because of them. Because it will hurt them, and they are my heart.
And so because of that, you were able to say, okay, I forgive him.
Yes.
Let's move on.
Now, wait a minute now. I forgive.
There's more.
But I don't forget.
Look, there's more.
I forgive, but I don't forget.
Okay.
Because every now and then, through conversation, see, the difference is with people, when you forgive them, your actions start changing. Your attitude starts changing.
Yeah, that's good.
You start growing.
Yeah.
You start doing something different.
Yeah.
They still on that same level. So sometimes when they talking to you, that old them comes out. But then you have to get them the new you. Not the old you. Get them the new you.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So sometimes in his conversation with me, that old him will come out. And I got to give him the new me. Hold up, bro. Who you talking to like that?
I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh at you, but the look on your face is like, oh, we're not going to do this here.
No, we're not. Been down that road. We're not doing that road no more. I've grown. You know, not my fault. You only aging because of your age.
Right.
You ain't aging because of nothing else. I ain't got time for that.
Candid.
You know what I'm saying? You just getting older because the years passing.
Right. That's why I said candid.
You just getting older because the years passing, bro. But you ain't growing.
Right.
I'm growing. I'm growing. So he needs to grow too. And if he chooses not to, that's on him.
Right.
You know. So yeah, I'm able to forgive for a multitude of reasons. One, for myself, so I don't want to miss my blessings. Two, because we do have children together, and yes, they are grown, but yet they are still watching us, and I don't want them to be subjected on either end to be a victim or to victimize somebody. Okay?
That's good.
And to also know that they can, even throughout all of that, because it was crazy. Because he served went to jail, and a whole bunch of other stuff went on. Okay? I still got paperwork. Tons of it. Restraining orders and all this.
Really?
What? I got some here in Georgia, too. This was no plaything. It was no plaything. I had people scared to be around me because of him. Especially if they were male. Because he automatically going to think I'm sleeping with them or doing something. But yet he turned around and have a baby on me.
And you still found it in your heart
to do what I need to do.
To do what you need to do.
Yes. His children have been blessed with Christmases, school clothes, whatever they need. If I can do it, I'll do it. Through my children for their siblings. His children with someone else.
Now that's forgiveness.
I have no other choice. Because when it all comes back to me, what you ain't gonna do is be able to point the finger at me. I do it because I want to, not because I have to. My heart won't allow me to do anything different. And the funny thing, people just find it really hysterical, is that I'm a Taurus. They really don't catch that one.
Y'all cut off kings and queens. Tauruses are.
Yeah. They think we,
y'all cut the folk off real quick.
Yeah. They think we are very mean. And we
y'all got a mean streak.
We can be.
Yeah, but y'all sweet too.
We are. We can either be your best friend or your worst enemy. And I'd rather operate on the side of your best friend.
Right. Amazing,
because you don't want to see that other side.
That's really, really amazing that you're able to do that. And that's why I kind of wanted you to share that. Because someone needs to hear that it's okay to forgive. I know lately it's been a real big topic for me. Forgive and not forget. Forgive and forget. Which one do you do? Which one do you do? I know it's different for a lot of people.
I forgive, but I don't forget.
You forgive, but you don't forget.
And it still depends on the circumstances and the people.
Let me ask you this. So when you're not forgetting, isn't that kind of like holding on to it a little bit?
No. I just know how to approach you differently. No. If I know you a thief, I may come to your house, but you may not come to mine. Because I don't want nothing missing. Just saying. I'll forgive you. You done stole from me before, but I probably ain't going to invite you back.
Back over, okay.
I'll probably come to your house before you come to mine. I'm just saying.
But, okay, and I get that. And that's just being wise. But I guess the level of forget I'm speaking of is like, and I get that. Like you said, if you're a thief, I'll forgive you, but, I ain't going to invite you no more. But do you know what I'm saying? You really think about, because people change. I mean,
people do change, but
I'm just giving you something to think about.
That's true. People do change. I've changed. I know I've changed. And I guess when people change, if you see fit to forgive them and forget, then you can do so. Again, I do have that bossy spirit, so I'm not going to tell your audience to, they do what pleases them.
True. Well, we can always recommend, encourage,
and I recommend
and empower,
forgive, so you don't miss your blessing, but don't forget, so you won't fall back into that same situation.
That's good.
Okay, because sometimes it comes in a different kind of, because domestic violence typically is about control.
Yes, it is.
Okay,
big time.
They just want to control you.
Right.
And it may start with something simple like, I don't like you wearing lashes. Or I don't like you coloring your hair blonde. I don't want you wearing your wigs, your jewelry, them jeans. To me,
and you know what? That is how it starts.
It starts with little stuff,
little things,
and then once they see you conforming to that, then it goes to the next thing, then the next thing, and then the next thing. Next thing you know, now we got cell phones and camera phones and drone phones and all kind of phones. They can find you and check you and figure out where you at. I ain't got time to play them games.
I know that's
I ain't never did jail time. I ain't trying to do that. Okay.
You're a mess. Stop it.
I'm just saying. I'm not.
Thank you for elaborating and sharing that, though, because a lot of times people also don't realize that domestic violence affects almost everyone.
It does.
You either know someone, if you're not the one, you really do know someone. And the people that you see, I mean, it has no face. It doesn't. It's not just happening in the ghetto or in the hood. It's happening on Wall Street. It's happening up high, up low. It's happening everywhere. So I appreciate you being candid and sharing parts of yourself. And that forgiveness piece is really, really, really important. So many people struggle with that. It's not even funny. So my recommendation today is forgive while you still can, because forgiveness is for you, not the other person.
That's right.
Not the other person.
That's right.
I did want to touch on one more quick thing. You said you've been homeless, and I know that you've come a long way from that. Right. Gone through it myself. And you've come a long way from that. But what do you think is the reason that we get so caught up in that situation? Is it we don't have good money managing skills? I mean, is it because sometimes I feel like homelessness has a lot to do with mental health. I know.
Oh, I don't mean living on the street.
You don't have to be.
Right. Okay, so let me back up. What I should say is I have been homeless. I lived with other people.
Okay.
And the sad part about that was I've been in 2 car fires. People don't know that either. And living here, to me, you have to have a car.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
But when you've been in 2 car fires, your job don't pay enough. You got all these extra bills because you got all these extra bills for whatever the reasons. And the ends don't meet each other.
And they just don't.
They don't. Sometimes they just did not meet each other. Right. You know, you find yourself robbing Peter to pay Paul.
And those are the kind of questions that I like I said, I do sometimes feel homelessness has to do with mental health.
It does
a lot of
to
times.
some people.
Yeah, a lot of times. But at the same time, we have to find a way to tackle that issue. And I know you do a lot of community work.
Yeah, I do.
In the community, you know, you feed the homeless. You know, you get your whole company together and y'all out there doing a thing. You know, I've been privy to see that in action. And that's why I'm asking this question. You know, what is it that we can do to curb that? It's one thing to help them. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. It's one thing to help them, but to find a solution is where I'm headed now.
Okay, so let me share this. Not all homeless people want to be helped.
That's good.
Never
even looked at that.
Not all homeless people want to be helped, y'all. They just don't, and you got to be okay with that. There are some out there who want to be helped. That's the key, finding those who really want to be helped. But there are some who would rather live on the street. There are some who would rather not be subjected to the government and their issues and their stuff. There are some who would rather not have to deal with the demands of having to get up and make things happen or wake up at a certain time or do certain things. There are some who just don't want to do. That's a reality.
Yeah.
And that's a reality that a lot of our people don't want to face.
I never even thought about it.
And the Bible says you have the homeless with you always. Why is that? If there's so many agencies out here feeding and clothing and doing and so forth and so on,
right.
Tell me why the Bible says that then. No one can tell me that. Does it not say that? Call in and tell me.
Somebody saw.
Okay.
Posted something.
Yes. But it's in there. The poor you will have with you always.
That's right.
It got to be for a reason. Because the Creator created it. He put it out there. He already told you. So no matter how many agencies, workshops, programs, food drives, whatever we do, it ain't going to matter.
That's right.
Because there are some out there who's just going to be out there. Period. But for those who want to be helped, I think, in my opinion, there need to be different types of programs. There need to be different types of housing situations established just for that all across the world.
I agree.
Okay? There needs to be different agencies that are designed to tackle those needs. You know, it bothers me when people only feed people on the holiday time.
Yeah.
I'm a caterer.
That's the only time.
I cook. People hungry every day. What's the problem? You think they only hungry in the summer?
I'm trying to tell you, in the winter time, you know, because it's the
now.
holiday. Yeah, if you're gonna feed the homeless, let's get some.
Do it all the
time. Yeah, I agree.
And then here's the other thing that I discovered: we don't have to look far to find people in need.
No, we don't.
How about ask your neighbor? Start with your neighbor. Everybody, can we get together and just help one neighbor? If one neighbor help another neighbor, just go down to the Georgia Powers, the power companies, the scanner bill people, the electric companies, the water companies, and all the different areas across the country, and put down $20 on somebody's bill. You be surprised how that $20 will help
someone else. That's true. I agree.
Because that $20, it may not be a lot to us, but to them, it will be making or breaking them. You know.
If somebody put 20 on mine, no.
She's such crazy. But I'm saying, if we all right, just, they always say, each one teach one, each one reach one, all that good stuff. Let's start with our neighbors. You know your neighbor's address. You ain't got to know their name. Just go down to the local whatever utility company and start there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Once a month, leave something in their mailbox or on their doorstep.
This is true.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's helping.
That's helping your neighbor. Why you got to drive 30 miles away to go find somebody homeless when somebody next door to you could be starving?
And going through it just as much.
Okay. I don't get that. I don't know all of what my mission is, but I do know that there is something going on because the me that I am, even sometimes I'm not recognizing her.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? That goes back to what you were saying. I've done that for my ex-husband and his family. Why I gotta go look elsewhere when they be
you already
needing
know
stuff?
Somebody that,
Come on
that's
now.
Good. That's good.
It's the same thing. Because if we all just do a little bit.
Yeah.
And stop waiting on the next man and or woman
to do something.
We can help other people.
That's right.
We ain't got to wait till the wintertime to feed the people that's on the street. I'm so sick of that. I'm sorry I offended anyone, but I'm not sorry because I said it.
I'm not laughing.
This is Candid Conversation. And this is the channel you tuned into.
And she done got candid today. I'm like, okay.
I'm just saying. I feed people all the time.
That's right.
Feed them all the time. You know the holidays is coming. Start early putting your money away. Start early collecting your canned goods. Start early collecting your school supplies. Start early collecting your socks and your winter coats and your hats.
True.
Why you waiting till the stuff is jacked up to the high nines with the prices and then you want to go out here and try to buy it?
That's
and you
right.
talking about you can't afford it.
Right.
Should have got it when it was on sale.
That's right. That's
how that works.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
So
I ain't even done. Y'all done?
Tip. You so funny. Tip of the day. She done told y'all. Help your neighbor. Go put $20 on their bill or put something in the mailbox. What you said?
Mailbox.
I heard you.
Mailbox. Put something on their bill.
Something.
Yeah,
help your
put something
neighbor.
at their front
You don't
door.
have to go searching for a homeless person 45 minutes away.
You don't.
Your neighbor might be going through it just as much.
Yeah, and they total acts of kindness is what we all need to do all the time.
And then neighbor, when you get that, pay it forward.
That's it. All across the world, if we all did that, we'll have an end to a whole lot of things.
Yeah. It'd be a much better place.
It really would. It really would. Then forgiveness will come easier.
Yeah. Man, she done shared today.
I didn't cry, but my lashes still on.
She sure did. She done cried, y'all. She done cried.
My lashes still on.
But we appreciate you coming on, sharing your story, and that's what it's all about right here on Candid Conversations. This platform was created so that people can come share their stories. I'm gonna have
to come back for part 2.
Everyone with a story is not a celebrity. So
that's woo.
So we have to
say it again.
And your story is just as impactful as someone else's. So
Absolutely.
that's what it's all about right here on Candid Conversation. Before I let you go, what is your favorite motivational quote? What gets you going and fired up?
Oh, what keeps me going? Bless me indeed and enlarge my territory. Keep your hands upon me and keep me from evil.
That's good.
Prayer Jabez, in case y'all didn't know. I summarized it, but
good.
it fits me because I say it 35,000 times a day. Yeah.
That's real good.
Prayer Jabez.
That's real good. I like that. Look, I'm lost in it. Well, I appreciate you sharing that. I'm gonna write. I'm gonna write that down after the show. I'm gonna take. Okay. I know the prayer Jabez though, but I ain't really. That's good. That's good. Enlarge my
I shorten it so I can say it.
Don't forget to get her book, Bird Brain. It's on Amazon.com or dndcatering.com. Was I right? Ooh, got that. dndcatering.com.
Catering and events.com.
Oh, catering and events.com.
That's right.
I was close.
Thanks for having me.
We thank you for coming on and sharing with us. Yeah, we might have to do a part 2 because I could tell you had a little bit more on your chest.
I do. I got a lot on. Yeah. can talk about. We can talk about some of everything. I tell you, I can surf some of everything.
I know an hour just ain't long enough.
Yeah, it is not.
It's not. It's not. You have funny how time flies when you're having fun.
Right.
But today, as I close, I do want to leave you guys with your faith fights worry. Your faith fights worry. Matthew 6:34 says, "Therefore, don't worry about tomorrow, because tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own." I heard somebody really wise and old say to me, worrying is like praying for what you don't want to happen. I don't know that my worried thoughts can actually influence reality, but they can definitely make you miserable. So,
I like that.
Yeah. I've consumed lots of time and I'm sure we all have consumed lots of time fretting over things that probably didn't even come to pass. We done spent hours late at night up trying to solve a problem that didn't even happen. I know y'all know what I'm talking about. Meanwhile, whatever was right in front of our face, whether it be trouble, whether it be triumph, whether it be something great, it goes unattended because we're so focused on something that probably won't even happen. I don't have a magic formula for eliminating worry except simply choosing to believe that this verse, what's that, Matthew 6:34, that this verse is true as demonstrated by the many times that we've worried needlessly, only to have our fears to never be realized. Isn't that something?
That is something. I like that.
You like it? Mm-hmm. Jesus told the disciples that he was sending the helper, the Holy Spirit, who would live inside of us, teaching us and reminding us of everything the Savior said. And when the anguish about anything threatens to overwhelm us, we can call on the very Spirit of Christ to still our worry and remind us that life is best lived one day at a time. Next time you find yourself worrying, make a note of the fear and allow yourself time to fret over it for about 5 minutes. Then give it to Jesus. You'll find so much that what you're worried about probably won't even happen, or it actually resolves itself. I just want to leave with you today. Fight worry with faith. Use your faith to fight worry. Y'all like that? That was for me. I don't know if I was anybody else.
That was cute.
It was cute.
I like that.
She said my devotion was cute. Guess what, y'all? You have been listening and watching Candid Conversation with Coach Stacy, where we have real people, real topics, and real stories right here on 108 Praise Radio, where we voice the gospel. And we'll see you guys next week when we have I Was Bitter, but Now I'm Better. Thank you guys for joining. I'll see you next week.